Oh, what's going on, YouTube? It's James Schreimer, Fantasy Battle Report. Got another battle report for today. It is Buckeye Battles 2019, round number 3. Guys, I am just bleh. I have 2 huge losses in Buckeye Battles, and just a reminder for those of you who haven't been following me throughout all the years. The first 2 years, I actually went undefeated at Buckeye Battles, so for me to go into Buckeye Battles and have 2 losses is just bleh. You know, again, I said it over and over and over again, and I'll say it again. I am rusty. I haven't been playing as much as I used to be playing, so I used to be a lot sharper on a lot of these rules. So overall, I'm just kind of disenchanted right now with my army. Just disenchanted with I haven't been playing as much. And I'm going into this game, and I'm playing against Mr. Bill McKean here. Bill McKean, here's a picture of Bill. He's actually a really cool guy. He's a really nice guy. He's probably one of the best opponents I played the whole weekend. And not only that, but I ended up playing. We ended up going to with Chris Hines, Mr. Skaven and AZ himself, Bill, myself, my girlfriend, and I think John Oaks, John653. We all ended up going and playing Dead of Winter after this. If you guys have never played that board game, it was a pretty fun board game. Bill was actually really loving Dead of Winter. He thought it was every time we got screwed over, he was like, "This game's awesome." So, those of you who are into board games, that's a good, fun game to play. It's been out for a couple years already. I think there's even expansions and stuff out. Anyways, let's go over what this game's about. We got a Ogre versus Orcs and Goblins match again. Now, it's a totally different list than what we just saw. Let's go over what I have in Magic. Magic, I got Pyro and Witchcraft. So I got Pyroclastic Flow, Scorching Salve, Fireball, Flaming Swords. I got Deceptive Glamour, Bring the Pain, Twisted Effigy, and Bewitching Glare. Now we're going ahead and drop on the table like so, and he ended up playing just a corner. He dropped everything, went in a corner. Now his army is very compact compared to what we've been seeing, and the reason for that is because he spent a lot of points in shooting. He has bajillion fucking shots coming at me. He has 3 units of lead belchers, 3 frickin' or bombardiers if you want to be anal about it, but he has 3 units of them. He has a giant brick of goblins, 50 goblins that are just holding the flank. This was marching columns, so I deployed from right to left, so I just put my dogs on the far right. And then it's flag scenario. So flag scenario is usually my better scenario because I don't have to engage with my core units. I just don't. But let's go over how this game goes, and we'll see how, overall what it ends up being. Anyways, as you can see, this is how we deployed, and I had to keep my general far enough back. He does have what's not on the table. Okay, let's go from left to right. Left, and these are far pictures. On the far left corner, the closest to the table edge, he has a tiger. You can barely make it out. He has a unit of lead belchers, 3 of them. Then he has a giant brick of bruisers. There's 12 bruisers with a shaman in there. The shaman has thaumaturgy. Then he has his BSB in a unit next to that, which with lead belcher unit. Then that's a big brick of lead belchers, 8 of them. A tiger behind them. He has 3 more lead belchers next to them, and then he has a brick of 50 goblins. All right. As you can see, this is my vanguards. I just started moving the dogs up, and then he deployed everything. So I just decided to go back to this picture here. I decided to just stay out of his shooting range for the first turn because there's no reason for me to get shot on turn 1 if I don't have to. All right. So let's go over turn 1, Ogre Cons. Ogre Cons, turn 1. So basically he has to move up, and he does. Just because he has to get in range to shoot. Nothing really can happen there on Magic. Magic, he got a 7 on the flux. Is upside down on my page. And nothing really happens. I just stopped the 1 comet, and everything else is pretty far out of range. Let's go into turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. Alright, guys. So I move up my squigs into the forest because the squigs are the 1 unit that doesn't really give a fuck if they die. It's a 300-point unit, really not worth anything really to me. The dogs are coming around the flanks, and basically I have to start with that flank of his scraplings. If I could get him through his scraplings, I really will have an open flank on the right side just to run it and just chomp on everything else, right? On the left side, I have my Bazooka and the Horde getting up on the hill, and Bazooka and the Horde are just going to go ahead and start picking wounds with bow shots. I am going to get shots at shit, but again, I'm going to keep everything else out of range. My general moves closer because my general's not too scared of getting shot at. He's tough 5. The Doom Divers are going to go to work. Now, he does have 3 Kin Eaters that haven't popped up yet. Behind the building, Baxter's right behind the building. He's going to start using between the building and the hill just to throw fireballs and stuff out of there and just start weakening up his units. Magic got a 4 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a fireball right into. Whoops, I skipped a picture. Into his lead belchers here. End up killing off one of the lead belchers. Go ahead and I do flaming swords onto these guys, and let's start into shooting these guys. Bazooka and the Horde are going to shoot into the lead belchers, and they end up killing off another lead belcher and another extra wound, almost killing this unit. The Doom Divers go, and doesn't look like they did shit. They look like they just missed. And it's going to start off his turn. Ogrecon's turn 2. Ogrecon's turn 2. I think I'm starting off pretty strong. Okay, he doesn't really move much. He moves his scraplings into horde formation, and they're outside of leadership range. But they do have a scrappling foreman, so the scrappling foreman's like leadership 7. So causing a panic is going to be a little bit more of an issue. I really, God, I am being dead serious. I wish I played this game again. I would play it totally different. Just looking at how the deployment went. But let's go into Magic. Magic got a 2 on the flux. Goes in and he drops a comet. I try to stop it. It still went off. Comet comes down, or it will go down there. He goes and does Smite the Unbeliever onto my unit here. I think just to shoot me and make me weaker. Yeah, he's gonna shoot me with his lead belt. Just pop into these guys. Ends up doing 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds out to the Goblins and to the Horde, and that's how the table looks. Gonna start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. I'm just moving on up, as you can see. Move up the Savages, move with the K-Pack, move with the Squigs. I'm really not scared at the moment because he has a very shooty army. His Bruisers swing after my Savages, so I'm like, you know what? I already weakened him up a little bit. Let's just go ahead and just see what happens. So I move everything up. His Kin Eaters did. Oh, that's another reason why I moved out from the back. The Kin Eaters popped up behind me. Now, I popped up 2 of the Kin Eaters right behind Baxter, so Baxter actually had to back up out of their line of sight. The Horde turned around, and my goal is to just blast one with Pyromancy, blast the other one with bow shots. The other one, though, he popped it up right next to my my Doom Diver. So the Doom Diver, there's just no way I can stop that. So my general's just basically waiting for him to kill it, and I can just charge into him. I don't know why I moved my guy out of the unit of Goblins, my Prophet. He's outside the unit. I don't know why I did that. But that's how the table looks. I don't remember why I did that. Anyways, Magic! Magic, I go ahead and I do a fireball onto this guy. Ends up doing 2 wounds. And then I go ahead and I think I did another magic spell. I ended up killing him right out the gate there. I think it was Scorching Salvo because the other guy took a wound. Or no. The other guy took a wound from these guys. Bazooka and the Horde ended up doing a wound onto him and shooting, and that's it. It's going to start off turn 2. Turn 2, he's going to charge in, or turn 3 this should be. I don't know why it says 2. Turn 3, he charges in here with a Kin Eater, and I'm pretty sure the other Kin Eater charged into my BSB's unit, and I did a stand and shoot, but I don't think it did anything. Magic, he got a 1 on the flux, goes in and he drops another comet, but the first comet does come down. Kills a K-Pack, kills off a couple Savages. These guys are going to start shooting into my K-Pack. They end up doing another wound. This guy, the single guy, is going to shoot into my Savages, does another wound. These guys are going to start shooting into my Squigs, end up doing 3 wounds. He did chaff my Squigs with his Tiger. Over here, he does 2 wounds out to my Doom Diver. My Doom Diver crew does 2 wounds back. Hell yeah. This keeps happening too with the Doom Divers. People charge into them, and there's so much crew that it just starts doing wounds back. I actually stick because my general's right there, which actually I did not expect because I was hoping my general would just clean him up on the next turn. But now I have nowhere to charge because the stupid thing's is blocked. All right, my line of sight's blocked. Not line of sight, but my ability to charge in is blocked. Over here, this motherfucker killed my damn BSB. God damn it, that sucked. And I don't even kill him. I just do a wound and we're going to stick there. It's going to start off turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. I'm going to call it the Wog! So I Wog, Now I charge his dog, I think, with the savages, because the savages, if they overrun, they would overrun right into the scrappling. So he's like, shit. So he into the flanks, to be honest. So he flees. So since he flees, my Nashers go in to his scrapplings like he was trying to protect the first time. And then my K-Pack, the one remaining member of the K-Pack, goes ahead and charges into the scraplings as well. But he, as you can see, he only has one wound remaining on him. That guy's going to die. My Savages redirect into the single lead belcher and get in. And basically everybody's in combat like so. I'm keeping my general in the leadership bubble on the right side, but not into the squigs, unfortunately. But I don't think the squigs are going to lose to fucking scraplings. Nothing's really protecting that fight. So we're going to see how that goes. I really wish I had rerolls to hit up there, but basically my goblins with the bows are going to continue just sitting there and just trying to pick wounds. Alright, magic, go ahead and I do a fireball into... Yeah, I still have my wizard. Go ahead and do a fireball into his lead belcher block, does a wound. Go ahead and I do flaming swords onto these guys, just so they could kill this stupid freaking kin eater. Over here, the doom diver shoots into his lead belchers, does another wound. These guys do kill the kin eater, but I did take heavy casualties doing it. Over here, close combat, holy shit. I ended up killing a lot of these guys. I ended up killing like 20 of these guys, but he's steadfast. He kills a bunch of my guys, but it doesn't really matter. And we're just going to stick there for a round. Again, because he has the scrappling form and he's leadership 7 with the reroll, so he actually does make it. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to break through this unit one shot. And then these guys over here, they kill the lead belcher, and I had the opportunity. I only needed to roll a 4 on Swift Strike to get off the table. I decided to be strong. I have almost all my savages. I figured I'm going to waste a turn walking back on the table, and he's going to shoot me for a turn. So instead of doing that, I'm going to stay on the table and just fight my fight. I'm going to fight my fight here. So I turn around, and this was a major mistake. It's going to start off Ogre Khan's turn 4. Ogre Khan's turn 4, he's going to charge in, and he goes right in, motherfucker. Magic, he got a 4 on the flux. Is it a 4? Yeah, it's a 4. Goes ahead, he does smite the unbeliever onto me to lower my strength. God damn it. This is the one thing I didn't account for. And I'm kind of glad that this happened, because it kind of showed me a huge thing, which is don't let him charge me. Always be the one charging. Always be charging. ABCs, guys. Always be charging. But never be charged unless you want it. And I did not want to get hit with the magic debuffs, because he does smite the unbeliever here, which sucks. Then he goes ahead and he does Children of Umi, and then he does the Rod of Battle. And I think I tried to stop Children of Umi, but it didn't really matter. Close combat, boom! His impact hits, kills 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. I go back and I only kill 9 on the swings back. 9. Alright, he swings back, and first off, 9 wounds isn't that much to an ogre, because I limited him from 9 attacks. What did he fucking do, right? I don't even think I limited him from any attacks, because he has 2 ranks of guys with great weapons, hitting me on 4s, wounding me on 2s, and, hitting me on 3s and wounding me on 2s, and he just fucking destroys my savages. Holy shit. My savages run, he'll chase, and he wins that round. Motherfucker, this was flag scenario. What was I thinking? This is going to start off turn 4 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 4, hey, I fixed the dial. Turn 4 Orcs and Goblins. My squigs on the last turn killed the frickin' scraplings, right? So, but as you can see, I took heavy casualties. So I'm going to charge in here into his fucking lead belchers, right? So I get in. I should be able to destroy that unit. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do as much magic as I can to that bruiser unit that's almost dead. His lead belchers walked away, which that's part of the thing I was thinking of. I thought, wow, it's pretty cool if my savages could win. I'll be getting to the flank of his lead belcher unit, and that'll be a 20. Oh, that's not what happened. Now my K-Pack is still alive, but he only has 1 wound remaining. And I started moving my other unit closer so I could just start shooting more shit, which probably did not need to happen for a flag scenario. I probably could have just chilled back. All his kin eaters are dead, which is great. Magic got a 8 on the flux. Go ahead and I do a scorching salvo. I end up doing a couple wounds onto these guys. Go ahead and I do a pyroclastic flow. Does a couple more wounds. I think it was just combined between the Pyroflow and the Scorching Salvo. That's how much wounds I put in. Now, for the close combat over here with the Squigs, I actually lost combat. I only did like 3 wounds, and he ended up doing like 5 wounds back, and my general was just out of range, so I freaking lose, and they blow up. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ah! Let's go into turn 5. Ogre Cons turn 5. He turns his freaking lead belchers around, and I'm just like, son of a bitch. I left my fucking Baxter right in the open. This sucks. His bruisers just get out of line of sight because he's like, there's no point in me getting seen. And Magic, he gets a 5 on the Flux, goes ahead, and he does, I think, a Hand of Heaven, and it just kills my Baxter the Pyromaniac. Let's go into my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 5 or 6. I'm going to go ahead and shoot into the lead belchers. Does a couple wounds. He still has 1 left. His turn, Ogre Con's turn 6. He's going to do magic. Or he charges here with... I forgot what he charged with either the one guy or the dog. And I ended up fleeing. It was a pretty far charge. I think it was I don't think it was the tiger. I think it was the lead belcher. The lead belcher charged, I fled, and the reason I did this is because it's turn 6, and it's a flag scenario. So basically, right now I've killed the scraplings and the lead belchers. All right. Since I flee with this unit and he doesn't catch me with this unit, technically I still have the flag on the table and I have my chance to rally. So he's going to charge me here and I just run away. And that's basically all that happens. My other unit just decided to walk away from his bruisers. And it's going to go ahead and start off my turn, Orcs and Goblins, turn 6. So I'm going to charge into... What do I charge into? I think I charged it to his dog. I think that's all I did was charge it to his dog. And my general doesn't want to fuck with all those great weapons. I don't know why, though. I don't think I should have been scared. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I challenge out. His shaman declines. I go in. Only have to fight 3 of them. Well, 9 of them. Or, sorry, 6 of them. And then I kill potentially 2 to 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So he has 3, 6, 9, 12 attacks. He has like 12 attacks. Wait, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 12. I probably would have won. He has 12 attacks. He'd be steadfast though. I mean, it would have been a gamble. I was playing more safe at this point because I've been losing like crazy. And then also, if my general does die, that goblin unit's gonna panic. It's probably not worth it. Anyways, my whole goal here was to shoot up his last lead belcher to get more points. And I have no magic really, so go ahead and shooting it. I ended up doing 1 wound only. He lives. That's the end of the game. Now, I did do decent at the start. I think I started off correctly. I think that I made a major mistake by leaving Baxter too exposed, thinking I was going to just shoot down that bruiser unit, and I made a huge mistake giving him my savages. If I didn't give him the savages, it was probably going to be like a 14-point win for me. Losing the 700-point unit of the savages was pretty huge, and it also allowed him to get... Are the scraplings scoring? I gotta check. I have this page open right here. Bombardiers are definitely scoring. Scraplings are scoring, yeah. So I did win the scenario. He had a 13-7 before the scenario, then I ended up getting it to a 10-10. It's not my best outing, but at least it's the most points I've earned this tournament. So I'm up to like 14 points in 3 games, which is pretty bad, I think. I'm not going to lie. I'm at the last table in the next game. I am literally at the bottom table at 14 points. I was making jokes about it the whole day, about like, oh, I'm on the bottom table. I'm on the bottom table. It was just a rough day 1. It really was a rough day 1. And for 100 players to be at the bottom, that's heartbreaking for me. But I do bounce back, guys, on day 2. You'll see those games coming up very soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bill was an awesome guy. He was a good opponent. He actually had the best reaction to a 10-10 I've ever seen. Because he's in the same boat I am. He's playing and he's having a rough day 1. He's not that high in points. And when I told him I did the score, I did all the number crunching. I mean, he killed my wizard, he killed my PSB, he killed my savages, he killed my Nashers, he killed the K-Pack. I think he shot him at the end. So he has a good chunk of my points. All I really killed was his couple lead belcher units and his scraplings and a tiger. That's all I killed. I think that it was just a lot of shots at me that I was unprepared for. I think that if I was to do this game again, I would do it totally different. And I'm just going to actually just run that by with you guys for like a minute or two. Let's go back to this picture right here. With this game's mindset, all right, he deployed everything first, so I was able to just drop whatever I wanted wherever I wanted, knowing that what I should have done was squigs are fine into the forest. I could have done the savages into the forest, and squigs even further on the flank where the goblins with the bows are. I could have left my whole gun line to shoot him from his side, so on the left flank, and then the pyro I should have put on the right side. I should have put it where I'm just able to start mulching through the right to left. So I would have put the pyro on a different flank. I think if I would have left the gun line on the left side, he has a long time to get to me. He's going to just shoot at me anyways, and then have all my damage dealers on the flank going through the freaking brick of scraplings first, and then just moving on in. I could have even moved my Nashers on the far right because they're pretty fast. They're movement 5, 6 with the Wog. I could have ran around the flank and just got closer to him on turn 1s and 2 versus playing this like aren't we gonna go game. Especially with my leadership 18 bubble, I could have kept the K-Pack on the far flank as well instead of centralized. I kept them centralized because I figured I was gonna hit these bruiser bricks, which I never did. And then, and to be honest, the 2 Doom Divers didn't even have to be that close. I could have kept the 2 Doom Divers way far away from everything, because even if when the Kin Eaters pop, it didn't really matter. Doom Divers barely did anything. MVP, I think the MVP is, I'm just going to go by points because there really wasn't much done here. This was round 3. Why is the number disappeared? Round 3, and it really just went to the squigs. Squigs took over 600 points with killing the freaking scraplings and then a good chunk of those lead belchers. Next up would just be K-Pack, who helped with the damn scraplings, and Baxter. I did not take much points. You know, I thought once the savages got in, I thought it would be great, but that just proved to be too many bodies, and that's something else that I have to keep aware, is just how much meat is in an ogre brick. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the next 2 games. The next game on the bottom tables, it's me versus one of the Team Canada guys. What was it, Mateo? No, it wasn't Mateo. I'm trying to think of what his name was. I'm drawing a blank. I'll have it by next video though. Lawrence Mathis. And then I got another game against Mark Luffman in the last game. So hope you guys enjoy this. I enjoyed making it. If you guys like my video, hit like, share, and subscribe. I will try to get you the rest of the Buckeyes and the next couple games. I have a game against Jeff Durham at Jeff Durham's place. I got a game against Luke Nickel, and I got a game against Joel Flint. I'm going to try to get you guys these games out as soon as possible before ETC. ETC is creeping up on me closer and closer every fucking day, and I'm really excited. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and until next time, I'll be back with more Shyhammer content. Until then, guys, take care. Oh, here's a quick peek. This is the game against Mr. Team Canada, Mr. Lawrence, and his Infernal Dwarves. Alright, guys, take care, and peace.